Hello, welcome back to Funtime Crafts 24/7. This is a Let's Make video, and have I got something fun for you? Kind of on a little bit of a Halloween kick, and I've been playing with the Anna Griffin Halloween rub-on transfers. These have been so fun to use, and so I got another project with them, and then I'm going to integrate mini Halloween stickers in with it. And what we're doing is we are building an explosion box. This is the Anna Griffin. Let me show you what the set is, what we're using, what makes these. We're using the Anna Griffin explosion box die set. These are your examples right here. Instructions on how to put it together and how to get the die cutting and embossing in your Empress machine. And really, this is a super fun set. It's a pretty big set, but you don't necessarily have to have a very, large machine to do it. You get 2 pages of dies. Let's see, this is your base die, your lid die. You get a layering for the lid and the little tags. Let me tell you how big these dies are, though. So the base die, which is your largest, makes a 5.5 inch by, I believe, 5.5 inch square. The lid is about 6 by 6 inches square, so that's what you're going to need, something that has a 6-inch wide opening. And then you'll need some long plates. These here make your, this makes the box. These make the box panels. We're only using the large box panel, and then you get several layering dies. And then we're only using the large layering die out of this and the corner. So this large that makes the outside, the large one that goes on top of that one, and then the corner die out of this. And then off this page over here, we're using the 2 base dies, we're using the lid die, and we're using the large lid layering die. That's what we're using in our project today. And wait till you see what it makes. I hope you enjoy it as much as I got a kick out of putting it together. It was a hoot. So stinking fun. So this is what we get to make. So obviously it's an explosion box, so it is something fun, right? And so here you go. This is pretty fun. So this is what the outside looks like. Got it all layered and decorated up. Put a transfer on the front, on the top of the lid of this one. Used some of those stickers from the Halloween mini sticker set. Added a few gems to this one. Same with this one. All decorated up. A little bit different pattern because I ran out of the writing one. But still fun nonetheless. And just super fun. So now watch this. Isn't that pretty stinking fun? That is such a hoot. Put a little layer on the inside for a little bit extra fun, and just got a kick out of making these pop out. So you have a little spider that springs out. You have a little skeleton that unfolds, and then you have all these fun little lifted elements with the clear cardstock, and just adds for just makes for a really fun little surprise in that exploding box. So here it is once again. This is what we're making. I love the fact that the spider jumps out and goes but how fun is that? Isn't that pretty great? I think it is just a super fun way to put to use the transfers, and just another great way to have fun with those. And this explosion box makes it even more special. And so there again, decorated up the lid, put a layer on the inside. I mean, this thing was so easy. It was pretty quick to put together, and it is a hoot. And I think anybody would really enjoy that, likes Halloween, would get a kick out of getting it. And it's not like scary per se. It's just fun. It's pretty fun. I think all the elements on it are pretty fun, unless a person doesn't like spiders, and then that might be a little creepy for them. But for the most part, I think it just is super fun. And so how you load it up is you push the spider down, wrap the skeleton around it, hold it down, bring the other 2 sides up, and then use the lid to pick up the back, and pushing the two sides in and then come over the top, and it closes and captures all those elements. It does bulge out because we only did the single outside, but I think it actually adds to the fun and kind of makes it little like pumpkin shape, like it's already trying to explode in a pumpkin shape. So there again, let me show you one more time. So you push the spider in, wrap the skeleton around, hold it, and use your fingers to hold it like down while you're gathering up the other two sides, and then use the lid. Oh, and that was the other thing. You want to make sure that when you're decorating it, that you have an orientation so you know which way is forward. So this makes it, and then you just use the lid to bring it together. And how fun is that, right? Like, that is pretty stinking cute, right? I mean, that is Halloween fun if I have ever seen it. Okay, one more time, right? Okay, hang on one sec. Okay, yeah, so there it is. So let's go ahead and get started, because this tutorial, I have all of it cut out for the most part, but it's an explosion box. It's going to take a minute. There's quite a few pieces that we need to glue together and to assemble, especially with all those fun little pop-out elements, but it's actually quite easy. So I've already done all the die cutting, all the prep work. We're just going to assemble it. So first what we want to do is we want to start, we want to start with the base. I cut out, these are all the layers. I cut out a black base. I cut the decorative one out in Anna Griffin matte gold. And then this is Stamps of Life black licorice. Anna Griffin matte gold. We're going to glue this right on top of there. These two panels here are cut out of some Gina K tangerine, I want to say. Tangerine something or other. But this is pretty heavyweight cardstock as well. This is at least 80 or 100 pound. I can't remember. It's her heavyweight cardstock, and it's really nice. And just a really beautiful orange for Halloween. I love this color. So just the two large ones. And so this is what is actually going to make our base. And so what we want to do first is we want to go ahead and we want to put glue on the back of this and glue this down. And once I get glue and I line it up and put it down, I'm going to set a block on it to help it dry. And I'm just going to use my art glitter glue. And you go ahead and I'm not going to do it all. This is not an heirloom for me. I generally, when I make stuff, I just make it to have fun. I don't make it for someone to keep forever and ever. It just literally is something to send a smile, put a smile on someone's face is why I do it. So I'm not planning on it being passed down for generations, right? Yeah, just want someone to receive it and to just get a kick out of it, chuckle or smile or something at least, and think it's pretty fun. So I think this is going to do the trick. I would chuckle if it was me. Oh, whoops. Be careful. Good thing we have a layer going on top, right? Okay, so now that I got that lined up, I'm just going to stick a block on it. See? Easy, easy peasy, lemon squeezy. Okay, so now what we want to do is we want to make sure we don't have any schmutz on our hands. Put the pen back in our glue. And now what we want to do is we want to take these layers here, and you'll see that there is a score line, and then there's these two decorative lines from the squares. And what you want is you want that middle line right there, and you're going to fold on that. And try to stick with folding on that, and then you're going to line up the two sides to make sure you're square. And I do burnish these with my bone folder. Yeah, you want to make sure they're lined up nice. Oh, sorry, that was loud, huh? You want to make sure they're lined up just nice, and you do want to use your bone folder and burnish them, crease them really good. So you're going to do that on this side as well. And you're going to do that to both pieces. Making sure you're lined up on both sides. Like so. And there it is. That's the first one. And you're going to do that to the second one. And then I use ATG to put this together for the most part. Except the springy elements that I use the clear cardstock, I use score tape for that. And otherwise, the other thing I use to adhere pieces is glue. But this is getting ATG. So here we go. Another one right there. That one there. And it tries to fold on these decorative ones, those embossed ones from the middle square. But you have to make sure that you're on the right one. Because, yeah, a few times, I put this together a couple times now. And, yeah, it tries. It tries to make one of those other ones work, but it doesn't work if you do those. So now what you want to do is you want to adhere these two together. What you're going to do is you're just going to line it up. And actually, I found that if I flip it all over, like so, that it is actually easier. And if you're using ATG or tear tape, you can, and you want to make sure it's going to stay, you could use art glitter glue on the top of this. But I don't ever. So I'm going to line up these two fold lines here with the two sides, and then these top and bottom with those two fold lines there, and just center it all up in the middle. Like so. And then if you just lightly press, like just lightly touch, you can actually make sure that it's all gonna go by just holding up all the flaps, and it looks pretty good to me, so I'm gonna go ahead and press. And now what I want to do is I want to go ahead and I want to add I'm going to flip it back over so it's the outside, so your decorative is on the outside, the nice is on the outside. And I'm going to go ahead and start adhering my layers. So I've cut 4 layers out with that large die I showed you. And I decided to go with these. So I'm going to alternate. Now you'll want to be mindful of if they have a direction, you'll want to be mindful. And what I found was actually the easiest for making sure that my direction was proper is I would keep it on the inside and I would just fold the flap in. Like if I was looking at it forward, fold the flap back, and then looking at it straight, I would line this up. And I line these panels up towards the bottom. So that way, because the lid, you can see more of the panel. The lid is actually going to slide over this and hide a little bit of it. So, but since mine is not, there's no direction, I can actually flip mine over and line them all up on the back, and it's much easier. So yeah, so this, just for speed, I'm using ATG, that's why. And then these go on the outside flaps. And like I said, closer to the bottom and just even all the way around for the most part. And that's how we're going to do that. And we're alternating. So we're going to go like that. And the inside, I tried to, John helped me with this design. And after I told him what I wanted to do, he was like, oh, you should do this, you should do that. It was great fun. We had a ball. And he was like, you should make it look like the inside of a house. Like it's wallpaper and tile. Like the spider's on the floor and the skeleton is like standing up in front of a wall. And I was like, oh, that's a great idea. And I think it looks like that for the most part. He has some like pretty good ideas when it comes to making cards. Although sometimes he comes up with these crazy ideas and it's like, I don't have a die that looks like that. I don't have a stamp. He's like, you've got everything in there. You should have something. And generally occasionally, once in a great while I can't, but usually I can come up with whatever his wild idea is. Okay, so for the middle, this one here we want to hold off on because we're going to put some of the pop-up elements on it. Okay, so yeah, we actually should go ahead and do the lid first, really, and not the inside. Can we put this on? Yeah, actually, let's go ahead and adhere this to the base. And we'll wait on these elements. So now what we want to do is we want to put ATG in the middle. And then I'm going to fold all these flaps in so that way I can line it up on this, making sure that I am nice and square. And there's these 4 points in the corners, and that's what I'm going to line mine up on. Those little decorative points to make sure that it looks good. And I think that looks pretty good. I mean, if you get it for the most part, I don't think you could go wrong with it, right? It all looks, you know, pretty even. And so then now we can go ahead and let's press it on the inside to make sure, burnishing it down really good. And let's go ahead and start on the lid now. So now the lid, okay, and then these are the inside as well. So now the lid, I have a couple of stickers that we're going to add to the top of it. And then I also cut some layers out. Cut the lid out in that black cardstock. And then the 2 gold corners that are in that die set. The Explosion Box die set out of Anna Griffin Matte Gold. And so I want to go ahead and add these. These are 3.5 by 3/4. I thought was a really nice size. There's no die, so I just cut a strip that I thought looked fun. And when it was all made and on the box, I thought it looked pretty fun. So like this, I think that little 3/4 by 3.5 inch strip looks really nice on there with the black. So that's why I chose to do it that way. So I'm literally just gonna run ATG just a little. Like I said, you'll want to art glitter glue this if you are wanting it to be a treasured heirloom. I imagine I'm going to finagle some way to put candy or something in the center of this, and it'll probably get tossed when it's all finished, is what I would imagine. I don't expect them to keep it forever. And so just lining these up in the center, trying to get them as even as possible. And yep, just in the center. Looks pretty good. And last one. And then I just have to glue the corners on. And so I'm going to glue the corners and put a block on it and let them dry, and I'll be right. Oh, no. Oh, fouled that up. That look better? Oh, that looks pretty good. It'll be fine. Okay, and so now I want to go ahead and add this. I added all these because it's harder to do it when it's all made. And so then once it's all dry, we can fold it all up and stuff. So I'm going to put these like this. Glue them onto the corners like that. Let them dry and I'll be right back. Okay, so I think these are pretty good to go. And now what I want to do is I want to do a layer on the inside. And so I'm going to take and put this on the interior. Still the same. This is the same panel that I'm using for all the sides and everything. So let's see. Just centering this up in the middle there, like so. And now what we're going to do is we're going to go ahead and fold and assemble the box. So there's a score line that runs right along those tabs, along that flap and there. And so that's the score line that you want to fold on. You want to make sure that you're even across. And then when you go on the inside, you want to make sure you're lined up with those score lines there. And you're not out of whack. Everything looks good and nice. And we don't have to, you're going to do that all the way around. Making sure that everything is nice and straight and even. And you don't have to burnish this, super hard or anything, because you want this, the sides to actually stand up. You don't need them to fold over. So just burnishing with your fingers is totally good. Oh, but see, we're a little bit off because I'm just pushing it. I'm just pulling it back as I'm folding it, hoping that it's going to even itself out, and it'll be all right. Okay, and now fold the flaps on that score line, trying to keep it even. Just trying to eyeball it and make sure I'm straight. See, that one was a little bit off, so I just pushed the corner down, and now I'm just creasing it like that. So same here. Just eyeballing that line to make sure it's straight, and see, it was crooked. Did you guys see that? See that? Okay, now it's straight-ish. And it doesn't have to be perfect, obviously. Not a family heirloom. There we go. See? That's not so bad. Okay, and now what you want to do is fold those back out. And you want to put a little adhesive on them. So whether you're going to glue it and make it stick forever, up to you. Making sure, though, that all the adhesive is on top of those tabs. Because these are all getting folded in. I'm just going to do them all at the same time. And it'll be easier to put the tabs in. Okay, and so now what you want to do is you just want to pick a corner. Push the tab in. You're going to line this edge up with that folded edge there. And the corners should meet. Should. They don't every time, but you try to do your best, right? Push the tab in. This edge should meet up with that folded line. And the points should meet. Like the tips should meet. But see, mine's not perfect. That's okay. Okay, we're going to have to tweak it a little. So push this in. And press. And then we're just going to tack. Same thing, push that one in. It was already. We're just going to tack it. We're not going to commit yet. Because we're trying to make sure. Oh, yeah. See, it shouldn't rock. And that means it's good if it doesn't rock. If it does rock, you want to unattach it, and you want to move it, shift it over a little, and then commit. But there it is. That looks pretty stinking good. I think that is pretty darn fun. So now, so I'm going to pop the lid like that. So this is going to be my front here. And I have these embellishments here to go on the top. So I'm going to put, let's actually do this one first. I want to stack 2 sentiments. I love the round of this and the color, but I actually want mine to say, bugs and hisses to you. Isn't that so cute? I think that is adorable. So we're going to adhere that, and then we're going to put this one on top. There again, out of the mini Halloween stickers and sentiments. And then just pop this on there. And this is our indicator of what is forward. So when the person receives it, and we're going to put that there, they know, they intuitively, oh, this is how you look at it and take the lid off. We're just trying to help them be like, oh, this is how it goes. So we're just going to do that like that. And that's our lid, right? Pretty fun. And now what we can do is test fit it and see what that looks like. And then, yeah, we're going to have to decide what, see, look at that. That is pretty good, right? We're going to have to see what we want to be forward. I think I want this to be, oh, but do I want the point? No. Or there's a point on all sides. I think I want this to be forward. So just going to take my lid off. And now we get to do the inside. So here was where a little, so this is going to be for here. This is my ceiling, or my ceiling. This is my wallpaper. I will show you what I did with that. These are my 2 sides, these ones here. That is that same large layering die that went with this strip here. And then this is going to be my tile for my little spider. Okay, but I wanted something else on the back. I wanted the skeleton to be on something that would pop, and it pops off this orange really nice, but it blends in. So I cut this background, and how I did this was I took the die. Wait for it. I took this die and I lined this edge up. I just slid it till it met that edge there, and then I cut it out like that. And, oh, hang on, that's John. Okay, so that's how I got that, was just lined the edge of the paper up on this, on that line there, and then cut it out, and that's how I got that panel. So there's that, and John just said, we gotta go in like 20 minutes. So we're gonna hurry. Okay, so I'm gonna adhere this down. So I can do the back of this one of the inside. So I got my inside orientation. Where are you guys? And I can layer the back on, but we can't layer any of the other. We can layer the front one on. We can actually layer the front panel on, because the spider and the skeleton adhered to the middle with the cobweb, and the two side panels actually get, and I'm going to line this one up close to the top because you're going to see it the most up here, and I wanted it, and look how fun that is, right? And so now we can put this one on. Oh, these are so fun. I just love how things pop out of it. It's so unexpected. Explosion boxes are just fun anyways. The popping out elements are just a hoot though. Okay, so let's go ahead and let's grab these elements here. So these two are for my my little skeleton. I'm going to stick those to him. And so let's do him first. So what I've done is I've cut a... Oh, I need my scoreboard. I cut a 2-inch by... I cut of clear cardstock. This is Heartboat Creations clear cardstock. And you want stiff cardstock, clear cardstock, or acetate. But it needs to be really stiff. And this stuff, this does the trick. And that's what makes it spring and be super bouncy. So I cut a strip of clear cardstock. I've just got the tissue paper on the back so you can see. This is 6.5 by 2 inches. And I need a 1/2 inch tab. And so what I'm going to do is I'm going to score at 6 on this one. On the 6.5, I'm going to score at 6. And you want to press, when you're doing the scoring cardstock, you want to press it. You want to really get in there a few times and really score it well. The other thing is normally when I fold back. So if I scored on the top, I fold back. This cardstock does better if you fold forward. So I'm going to line up the edges, hope for the best, and then burnish the dickens out of this tab here. Like that. Just using the, and I think I got schmutz on it already. And then you're just going to pop it back out. But now I've got a nice little springy piece for my skeleton. And I can go ahead and transfer the skeleton onto this piece here. Yeah. So here, let me do this one. So I'm just going to line it up on this piece here, making sure that it looks like how I want it to. I think that looks pretty good right there. And then just burnish it down. Gonna get my bone folder. And these I found that you don't actually, I was burnishing really good, which you do need to, but there's a point at which you can actually almost burnish too much. And it doesn't want to stick everything down. You end up with pieces missing. Let's see if we can get that to go. But if you get a piece missing, just put it back down. Oh, missing the fingers there. So just burnish it again. And if it doesn't stick, it's okay. Because, like, part of the face there. And then just kind of, just run your finger gently And then there. And just lay it back down. But if it doesn't, like part of the face on one of the other ones, didn't go. Like it's missing a great big line in the middle of the skeleton face. So yeah. Okay, and so now this one is going to be for the spider. So we're doing the one in the center. So for the spider, I've cut one that is, this is 1.5 inches by 6 3/4. And now we need to score this. And what we're going to do is we're going to score it at where my spider is going to go. I'm going to score it at 1 3/4. And on each of these scores, I'm going to actually go ahead and fold the cardstock. And now I know I said I always go with it, but on this one, I'm actually not going to. And it's because I'm accordion folding this. And I'm going to go back and forth on it anyways. So I went ahead and folded it back. So that's 1 3/4. And I'm going ahead and folding it. And the reason I'm doing that is because it'll actually make it easier for doing the next score mark. So now I'm going to take it with that piece that I scored already up and put this into the corner. Put that into the corner of my scoreboard. And now I'm going to score at 1.5 inches. And I found this was by far the easiest way to do this, to get my little accordion in the clear cardstock. And now I'm going to go and I'm going to fold that line. And it's hard to see, I know. But you can do it. Once you get your point, you just line up the sides and then squeeze. Yeah. There. And then you're going to score. And you need it to have, you need a front. And then you need 1, 2, 3 flaps. So we're going to put, now we're going to put this one in the corner of the scoreboard. And we're going to score at 1.5 inches. And then just score the heck out of it. Okay. And now we're going to find a point. And I'm going to line it up. So I found the point there and I'm lining it up on the edge, and the rest of it should follow suit because it's all 1.5 inches long. And we're going to go ahead, make sure we're square, burnish that down. And we're going to put this in the corner and 1.5 inches again. And I should be left with a 1/2 inch tab. And we are. Just get that scored really good. Okay, and now find the space, press, line it up on the sides, and then burnish the dickens out of it. And now that's our glue tab. And see, so now we end up with a spot for the spider. I know it's so small, how's it going to fit? We're not actually putting the whole thing on. And now I have a little glue tab that is going to go under, and then our little spider can spring off this guy. Right? Isn't that pretty cool? So now what we want to do is we want to go ahead and put our transfer on. And I'm just putting the spider on. And on the other ones, I used a small spider, but this is all the spiders I have left. And I'm just going to put what I want to see the most onto the front. Where are you guys? I'm just going to put what I want to see the most onto the front, or onto this piece here. I think, for me, I think that's going to be the nicest right there. And I'm not pushing it all the way down flat. Gonna burnish it pretty good, but not too much. And see what happens, and hopefully it will go. Nope, it picked up. Okay, those went. So now I just started on a different spot. Sometimes if you can't get it to start on a spot, it's okay. Just start at a different. Don't keep pressing the issue. If you start at a different area, sometimes it'll actually transfer. So see, it missed. It missed there. It's not wanting to transfer there. And I might have pressed it too much, because you can do that. It's so weird with these transfers. It's kind of, these are kind of weird. These ones. Oh, yeah, see, that one doesn't want to transfer. And you might want to make sure that, oh yeah, see, it came off, but I wonder what it's going to look like. I think it'll be fine anyhow. Okay, let's give that a whirl. Yep, see, it came off, but that's okay. See, it's still pretty creepy. Like, it's got the illusion of what we want, which is a spider jumping out, right? That still looks like a spider. That's going to be, you know, probably as creepy as we want. as I'm willing to go anyways. And now I'm just going to take my little sweater here and then flip it over and try to get most of my schmutz off the window. Okay, so it's a little clear. Okay, so now what we want to do is we want to get the, this one here. Spiderweb, same thing, not putting the whole thing on. So I have a piece that is of clear cardstock that is 2 3/4 by 4 inches. And on the 4-inch side, I'm going to go ahead and score 1/2 inch on each side. And then fold those score lines as well. Take that off and go ahead and fold towards the score line. But before I put this on, before I put the transfer on, I'm going to make sure that this fits where I want it to go. Because I put transfers on thinking, oh, it's all fine. I measured twice, cut once, and no, it did not work. I wasn't thinking about it correctly, and I did the math wrong. And if you don't do the math right, it doesn't work out. Math doesn't work if you don't math it right. Okay, so let's make sure this one is supposed to go in the middle. So it's supposed to go here and wrap around. And sometimes when you're scoring, oh yeah, see, it did not work out. This did not work out. See why you have to check when they go around? Oh, chichonia. What did I do wrong? Oh, it's because it's 3 inches. Oh, it's actually 3 1/8. Oh, farfignugan. So this should have been 4. This one should have been 4 3/8. Yeah. Or no, I mean 1/4. That one should have been 4 1/4 is what it should have been. 3 1/4, add an inch, 4 1/4 is what it should have been. So let me redo this. 4 1/4 by, and I was going to put it on like that, by 2 3/4. 4 1/4 by 2 3/4. Okay, let me get another piece. I'll be right back. Okay, so I got it. So 4 1/4 by 2 3/4, 1/2 inch on each side for our tabs and fold it over. And what you're looking for is this should slide down in between those two tabs really easy, and you should have a gap. And what it happens is you're going to adhere these to it, and it's going to give you a dome like that, that's what you're looking for. So now what we can do with this is we can put adhesive on both sides. We can put adhesive on both sides of the tab. Oh, no, that's a lie. Oh, I was going to put score tape. Oh, shucky darn. That's okay. I only have it on one. We got to put the transfer on. Why didn't you guys tell me, huh? So the cobweb, and now the cobweb, or spiderweb, spiderweb, we're just going to line it up, and we're going to put it on here, what we want to see facing forward, and however much, where it is that we want it to be on here. Because it's not going to all fit. So I think in the center, lined up. That looks pretty good to me. And just gonna burnish that on there. And making sure that hopefully we're getting it and it's gonna go pretty good. And then we can put our score tape on. So let's just see. That looks pretty good. And then, yeah, I like it. I like that a lot. Okay, so now that's done. Now we can put adhesive on both sides. And you just want to rub off the extra pieces you don't need. And let's see, I'm going to put adhesive here. Both sides. And I'm on, you could just use score tape. I'm on non-stick mat. So, and then be sure to push this in like that. Whoops. Like so. And basically this for me is going to go, the tabs are going to go on the sides. So it's going to go like that for me in the center. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to flip it over. I'm going to center this piece up on the back there. Push this all the way to the edge. And then once I like where it's at, I'm going to fold it over on itself like this. Like that. And now what I want to do with the other side is I want to take and I want to push this down and into this edge and center it up and then fold this over on it as well. Because that is what's going to give us our dome. And see, look how fun that is. Now what we want to do is we want to put adhesive on the back of this. And just do it in one spot. Don't try to flatten the whole thing out. Just go lightly. You can actually put glue on this as well if you want to. And so now now what you also want to do is you want to put adhesive on your spider. Let's see, adhesive on your spider. And this goes under the front edge. Whoops. This goes under the front edge. Like that. You're going to glue that or adhere it to the back like that. Isn't that going to be fun? Oh, that's a hoot. I'm just creasing it again so it'll spring really good. And go ding. Okay, and now you want to take your skeleton as well. Put adhesive on the top of the tab. Like that. And then push that guy. Oh, center him up. Hold on, center him up. And put it on the bottom. Yeah, that's pretty good. Yeah, right? Isn't that great? And now you can put glue or you could put adhesive like this. And this is how it's going to go. And now what you want to do is you want to center this up in the middle. So, are you guys... Okay, cool. Let's see. I'm going to go towards the back. Well, actually, no. I'm just going to go right in the center. And now I'm going to press just one side at a time. Like this. And then just in the center. And then each edge. And then one side at a time. And the reason I'm doing that is because I don't want to lose this portion. And now we have a springy spider. Isn't that terrific? Oh, whoops. Oh, I think it is great. Oh my gosh, how fun is that? Okay, so there it is there. Oh gosh, that is getting cute. Okay, so now the other elements I have are, oh, here we can put our little spooky salutations. Oh, wishing you a spooktacular Halloween. And so I just want to make it look like he's holding it. So I'm going to take the backer off of this. And then I'm going to add this like so. I want it to be onto this as much as I can without covering up too much hem. And now I'm just going to press. Like so. And so now what I want to do is, now we get to do the two sides. And I've cut a 1 3/4 inch by, whoa, here we go. 1 3/4 inch by 4 inch. Oh, by 4 inch? Oh, I think these might be wrong. Hold on. Are these going to be wrong? Oh, no, that's right. These are right. 1 3/4 inch, right? 1 3/4. Yeah, by 4. And then I need to score 1/2 inch on each side for my little moth and my pumpkin. So, actually, let me do that. Let me score these. So I'm going to, so 1 3/4 by 4, 1/2 inch on each side, and put my transfers on, and then I'll be right back. So I got two, one for the pumpkin and one for the little moth or butterfly. So I've got 2 pieces of clear of that size. Okay, hold on. Okay, so I went ahead and I did my little jack-o'-lantern there. And so I got them all scored and everything, and adhesive put on both sides. And we're going to do the same thing. Pick which we want to be our front on our little panel there. We're going to pop that in the center. We're going to slide it over, center it up, press this on the back like so. And then same thing for this one. Press it all the way over to the edge and center it up, and then press that down as well. And then what we want to do is we want to go ahead and we want to add adhesive to the back. Don't press it down, just on like one on each side. Add it one at a time. Each side at a time. Oops. I didn't have that very good. That wasn't adhered very well. But at least it went back into place. There we go. Maybe a little more adhesive there. And onto the back like so. Okay, and then what you want to do is, oh, that's so cute. We want to just line this up on this side. And that, oh, shucky darn. No. Favignugan. Okay, press down each side individually. And then the front and then the back. And if you have something flat, like a ruler or something to go down the middle, you'll want to do that as well. Take your bone folder, something thin to go underneath and press it down on both, like so. And then there you go. That was pretty stinking simple, right? That was not so bad. And that is pretty darn adorable. So now the thing is, does it work? That's what we need to find out. So there again, push this in, hold this. Oh no, actually it's wrap the skeleton over the spider, pushing it in, hold this up, use your finger, gather these up with your other two, and then use the lid facing forward, right? To collect up all the sides, like so. And that's what it looks like before it's exploded, right? And now let's see if it works. Okay, was that fun or was that so fun? I think that is a hoot. Okay, one more time. We totally did it, and it wasn't so bad. Just a little bit of time with the cutting out all the pieces and stuff, but make sure my lid's going forward in the direction I want it to, and pop the lid on like so, and there we go. And like, isn't that the cutest thing ever? I mean, we just made that, and how cute is that? Even with the little bulgy pumpkin sides, I think it is just darling and super appropriate for the season, for the holiday. And then, oh my goodness, right? All this fun. And you get that unfurling sound. And it's cute. Even with the pieces, like, not totally, they're not totally a full image, but it's still so darling. Even my cobweb, I think it just goes with the aesthetics of what it is we made here, and it is just so darn fun. So with that, yeah, right? Let me know what you guys think of the project down in the comments. I hope you enjoyed the tutorial. I appreciate you hanging out, and until next time, happy crafting, everyone. Bye-bye.